Ross Smith decided the support just was not there, so he ended his Democratic campaign for governor.
It's difficult, right? I'm not familiar with not running through the tape ever. I don't know what that's like, and that's made this a difficult decision for me for so many reasons. Less so because I'm more concerned with the people who were supportive of our work, who believe in that vision that still continues. Right, the work doesn't stop, and so for me, sometimes you have to endure climbing the mountain to kind of peek over the top and say, "Oh man, I'm supposed to maybe be climbing this one," but I built the muscles to go and start that next journey. And so for me, as a competitor, I've unfortunately in my career as an athlete, I played on a lot of losing teams, man. And for me, this means I've gained a lot of knowledge. A lot of insight into how I sit at the trunk of this tree with my small axe and start chopping this thing down. I believe that the way that we conduct business is not reflective of the people. And so my mission-driven work isn't some allegiance to continuing our political structure as it exists. It's about making sure that people are empowered to dictate what they want the future to look like. And right now, I don't believe that to be the case. And so on Monday, I'm gonna head back to the Capitol, continue my work, continue to fight as intensely as I have for justice, equity in every system, making sure that working Iowans, whether you're rural or urban, are taken care of, good jobs, good schools, clean drinking water. And I'm looking forward to making dinner for my family, taking my dog on a hunt before the season ends, and really getting some time to kind of, rest and restore before Monday.
On a lighter note, that was his dog Luigi walking in the background there. Now, more seriously, Smith has said that he faced some barriers and they were just too big to overcome, and he's frustrated.
Campaigns always cost money. It costs money to run for statewide office. It costs money to run for state house or school board or city council. I think the impact of finances, though, on the ability to represent people and amplify the voices of the people is really problematic. But I think for me specifically is when you compound that, right? When with most political groups, and I think this is a shared problem for our system holistically, it's that you have if you have a few people who are the sole decision makers as to what fight is worthy of investment, it makes it difficult for sometimes I think the stances of the people to be amplified in candidates that they believe in and work that they believe in.
Bottom line is that he could not get the donors to get behind him, and he worries that those who are not either personally wealthy or better connected to others with money will just decide they cannot run for office in the future.
When people who are in power are able to make the decisions solely, it doesn't really matter about what other people think. And I say that because with Democrats, if we have to convince people to donate before they donate, right, then you have to come from a background where you have some sense of financial standing already, whether that be connections or not. But that's almost the inverse of the fact that in this moment, most people are asking for working class everyday candidates. I mean, I live in a neighborhood where the median household income is like 39 grand a year. And so, for me, my struggle is my neighbor's struggle, right? I'm struggling with my Wi-Fi today because it's windy and our infrastructure on the east side of Waterloo ain't great. That's my everyday. And I can share in that experience and talk about that. But it also means that for me, I don't have a whole lot of wealthy friends. The Cedar Valley and those people who are able to give me $13 a month are what kept our campaign afloat. And I'm thankful for them because that's real. That's the real work. But I do believe if you're not on the ground every day, if you're not somebody who's really doing this work, it makes it so disconnected. And I think that disconnect is going to be a barrier. And also why we see people in general pushing back against our political structure, not being representative of them, because how can they participate?
Now, he did admit that whether it ends up being the remaining Democrat in the race here, Des Moines businesswoman Deidre DeGier, or somebody else, it'll be difficult to defeat Republican incumbent Kim Reynolds this November. Didn't say it's impossible, but said it'll be uphill. Now, next, we're going to slide past 2022 into 2024 here. Our exclusive conversation with Republican Chris Christie on his personal fight with COVID, his own future, and how he wants his party to lead.